Kenny, then you have the Knicks and Wizards at the Garden today. Knicks coming off a win, a really good win last night in Boston, but we just saw it there. Great job by our crew putting together what's gone on for the Knicks over the last month or so. It's been a wild ride.
The Knicks are like the Kardashians, man. They're going to just be talked about. Like, no matter what happens in their family, something you got to talk about them. It's interesting dynamic, between Derek missing the game, and now you're leading into Phil Jackson having this meeting that typically, someone wanted the media to know about because, he's the general manager of the team. You have conversations with those guys a lot of times. So how do we know about it? And how do we find out about it? So someone wanted that conversation to be known and what the specifics would be. So it becomes a soap opera. If Phil Jackson grabs Carmelo in the locker room right after practice, we don't even know what would have been said because that would be typical. I played on teams where general managers and owners have come into the locker room, had conversations. The media had no idea, talked to you every day. So they wanted us to know about this conversation.
What do you think about the reports? And Melo really confirmed what those reports were, that Phil said, do you want to stay? And he said, yes, I want to remain a Knick. And if nothing else, Melo has been very consistent with his message, always saying that he wanted to keep that no-trade clause intact.
But what would lead – the only question I would have is what would lead you to think that he doesn't want to be there? Like what part of his play or his demeanor or what he said has led you to believe that he doesn't want to be there? I don't know if that's ever been – stated by Carmelo.
No, that's what
in those three things.
He's been very consistent in saying he wants to remain a Knick.
Well, he was consistent when he signed that long-term deal when everybody was leaving, and they were like, well, you really don't have a team. And he was like only one of 2 or 3 guys that they signed, and they had to sign like 8, 9 new players. So he could have gone to Chicago then, and but he stayed. So, but my point is, they wanted us to know that they are thinking about Carmelo Anthony, and more importantly, they wanted Carmelo to know that we're thinking about you, trading you. And it's not if you want to be here. We're thinking about this because otherwise that conversation you and I would have never known about.
We just had Howard Beck on from Bleacher Report, and we were talking about potential trade candidates. Now, Melo, it seems like, is off the table because he's saying he doesn't want to be traded, and he has the right to refuse that.
That's not going to happen. They're going to explore those opportunities, and that's what that conversation. It's like we're going to explore them, and we're going to let you say yes or no to them. But we're exploring the best opportunities. And I wasn't in that room, but that conversation was also, we're going to give you an opportunity to be on a contender.